Looks like I'm live now on Facebook too. Thank you everyone for being here today. My name is Maria Palomino and I'm your mentor with Divine Feminine Reborn. And today we're going to be talking about this beautiful 6-week program that I put together for you for both men and women, because the Divine Feminine is an energy that every single person has within them. So before we start, I always create sacred space, and we do that by tuning in to be able to calm our mind, calm our thoughts, really check in with ourselves, and really ask yourself, why is it that you showed up today? What brought you here? And we're going to do 3 quick ohms, Shanti Shanti. But first, we're going to expel some decayed energy that we have in our body. Everything that no longer serves us. Our cells are constantly regenerating. So make sure that you're sitting down. If you're driving, you may pull over, or you can just do it without your eyes closed. Take a deep breath. When you're taking a deep breath, make sure that you're going deep, deep, deep inside your tummy and you're filling up that tummy. And when you feel that you have a really big breath, I want you to exhale twice through your mouth. Great job. Take another deep breath. Hold. And exhale twice through your mouth. Another deep, deep, deep breath. Fill up your tummy, taking in all that prana, all that life force. And exhale through your mouth. Exhaling all that apana, all that stagnant energy. And close your eyes and stare at your gaze in that middle point between your eyes, above your eyebrows. You're gazing upwards, alerting your mind that you're up. And take another deep breath to start. Om Shanti Shanti. Take a deep breath. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And if you're a meditator, especially after meditating and observing your breath, when you're done, don't just jump up right away. Just sit there and just experience. And after meditation is the best time to pray, to really talk to Source, the universe, God, whatever it is that you may call it. And we chant Om or Amen, because that is the primordial sound of creation, which is part of us. For us to remember where we came from, trying to connect with that pure, loving energy where we're just here to experience. Gently open your eyes. Good morning, everyone. Oh, so much better after tuning in and just connecting with yourself. Amazing. Setting the intention for what is it that you want to get out of this 40 minutes that we have together. My name is Maria Palomino. I'm your mentor today with Divine Feminine Reborn, introducing the 6 Weeks to Freedom program. And just a little background about myself. I an energy healer, a teacher of meditation, breathwork, Kundalini yoga. I'm a Reiki practitioner as well, and I'm Peruvian, so I have shamanic traditions on my blood, and also I'm learning from so many different teachers and travel 50 plus different countries to all sacred sites. I'm just missing the sacred sites in India, Nepal, and Bhutan area. So we'll see if that's next. I just kind of go where my heart tells me to go, wherever I need to go next. So I want to tell you a little bit about the 6 weeks to freedom program and how this program was developed. And initially, I was thinking of creating this program for just the divine women that are out there, for them to tap into the goddess within them, with that wild woman within them, because we are nature and nature just runs free. And the more I dove deep into creating the program, I realized that a divine woman, what they do and what's natural is making sure that you're invite the divine man, the masculinity, to also jump in and participate if they wish to do so, which is why I'm opening up. And that's why this program, it's very much based on first creating awareness is the first thing we need to have. So the first week in the 6 week program, which I'm going to talk about today, is breaking free from limiting beliefs. And we'll do some exercises. The second one is paradigm shift awareness. And then we're going to go into accepting what is your current state, rewriting the life of your dreams, everyday empowerment actions, and then discovering your soulmate. And why am I so focused in the divine feminine? So let me just go and talk a little bit about the history of the divine feminine. And it starts together with the history of the divine masculine. When the earth or energy started, or it was already there was a need for experience and to be able to just be within that desire of pure love. So energy put out array. We're talking about even before the big bangs that have been happening throughout the world, throughout the millions of years. And the action of just wanting to sending out that ray to be able to experience that, sending out that ray is masculine energy, and then to be able to experience that just divine pureness and that pleasure, that is the feminine energy. And from this expansion of serving and expanding and just reaching out, that's when we came about after millions of years. And all that energy exists within us. And what's very important to understand is that woman, divine feminine, is the receiver energy, and the masculine is the giving energy. The women are the visionaries, and the men are the actions that execute. And you can't give if the other person doesn't receive, and you can't receive if the other person doesn't give. So it's all intertwined within ourselves and within the relationships that we have with others, and the relation that we have with the universe, especially. So just keeping that in mind, how are we really giving, how are we really receiving? Everything is constant, everything's moving, everything is energy, everything is circular. And a little bit about the history of the divine feminine is that for hundreds, thousands and thousands of years, even before Jesus Christ era, the woman had been repressed. We haven't been able to speak our truth and really have positions of leadership. And what that has done to the whole world is created an imbalance, really an injustice, not only on women, but also our men, where men have this archetypal, they have to be this archetype type of man, and where they're not allowed to be able to tap in with their divine femininity that also exists within them. So we've been suppressed, and we have been able to speak our voice, and men haven't been able to also speak their voice, but from the feminine side. And then during 60s, the revolutionary movement, the civil rights movement, women kind of, not everyone, but they, we came back, we won our rights, and we kind of swung the pendulum on the other side, where we've really taken on that masculine role. So it's just kind of normal when we react. We tend to react to the complete opposite. There's always a direct opposition to whatever polarity side you're in. And so, in doing so, and wanting to really kind of have that status of the man and kind of being in competition, we've become, a lot of women have become very independent, have become very successful. There's still something that's missing out, because they need to really, really tap in with the divine femininity. And it's that side that is receptive, that it's flowing, that it's cooling, and just allows to naturally receive, because it trusts in the universe. It trusts that it's given. It trusts that it's just one. So it really is about creating, first off, is awareness, and breaking free from all the limiting beliefs that we've been told since we were born. As soon as a child is born, you kind of see how they laugh or if they get mad, and automatically what we're doing is we're putting them in boxes, we're framing them. This person's going to be this way, or he's going to be the precedent, or we have expectations that we put upon the next generation. And so we believe this, and we tend to act upon that. So the program is designed to, first off, really learn about the polarities that exist within this world. As human beings, we're here to experience, and everything that we experience within us and outside, you're going to see the yin and yang, the good and the bad, even within nature. Everything, we're being born and we're dying. There's the sun and there's the moon, and really tapping in, because all the bliss, all the balance, it's in the middle, where you don't see as anything as good or bad. So the moment that you're saying that, oh yeah, this is great or this is bad, notice how you're leaning towards one opposition or the other. And it's just really about observing and seeing what the lessons are that are being forth in front of us for us to learn. And this is an awareness that we're going to be bringing upon the program. So a lot of people read a lot, and it's good, because how do you really be the change you want to see tomorrow? It starts with education, yes, and then the second is awareness. First, you educate yourself, but you don't just put that book away like it was a great a novel, and don't practice it. So first we start with the education. The second is becoming awareness, so tapping in every single day, every single moment of how that reflected on what I learned. And then the third one is you start having experiences, and that's something that no one can give you. That's something that just starts happening automatically as you continue your practice. And the fourth, once you have that experience, then you really also want to deepen your practice. And when I say practice, is creating a daily spiritual new habits, whether it's meditation, whether it's intentionally dancing, whether it's breath work, whether it's sound healing, energy healing. There's so many different methods and different types of technologies that you can use, and which I'm going to be introducing throughout the program to see what best works you. So yes, being able to have that dedication and creating that discipline is the next step. And then after that, what happens is you start expanding, because your daily practice is not just those 15 minutes, 30 minutes. All of a sudden it's half the day where you're embodying, and just throughout the whole day, you're not only being conscious, but you get to the point where you can be meditating when you're walking. You can do breath work while you're driving. Just your whole life becomes an experience. And it's just to getting to that level. But first, we need to start with education. So I have created a magnetism map, and that magnetism map is amazing because it talks about the four polarities that exist within us. We really talk about the rising masculine energy, and whether you're in excess or you're in deficiency. We talk about the feminine energy, whether you're in excess or in deficiency. Then we have two more that I want you to discover yourself, because we have to put in all these four energies together in order to discover what is our true deepest desires, because we think that we know, and then once we really dig in and we start speaking our truth and trying to find what those blind spots are, then we reveal and we create a whole new world for us. So that magnetism map is actually already available, and that's complimentary. So that is key to being able to start the 6-week program to freedom, is starting with the magnetism map, then do the 6-week program, which is both for men and female, and then we have more tools where we really start embodying now the divine feminine, and focusing just on the woman. So I'm going to talk about the first topic of freedom, 6 weeks to freedom, and that is breaking free from limiting beliefs. And before I do that, I want to do a quick meditation, and we're just going to be breathing in and out of our left nostril. So make sure you're sitting comfortably, and what you're doing is that with your right thumb you're going to be closing your right nostril, and all we're doing is we're breathing in and out through our left nostril, and that's it. But deep breath into the belly, and as you exhale, just exhale naturally. So we're going to do this for 3 minutes, and I'm going to lead you. So right thumb on the right nostril, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath till you can't inhale anymore, and naturally allow your breath to exhale. So we're going to be here for 3 minutes. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 30 seconds in. Continue. There, good job. Continue breathing in and out of your left nostril. Close your eyes, gaze at the third eye. gods and goddesses. Just bring your hand down to your knee and keep your eyes closed with the gaze in the middle while I speak to you. And the reason why I chose this breath work, breathing in and out of our left nostril, because the left side of our body represents the feminine side of us, is the cooling side, is the flowing side. So as we're breathing left and out, we're resting our mind, we're resting our thoughts. And with any type of breath work, actually, what you do is you're tapping into your parasympathetic system. You have the sympathetic and you have the parasympathetic. The one that we're very familiar with is that sympathetic system, which is the fight, flight, freeze response, because for many years we've been living out in the wild, in nature, and we were always coming across being eaten by a lion or any type of wild animal, so we had to take action right away. So we have that reptilian brain, the DNA still exists there, so we are rewriting that unconscious reaction, which is just automatically. So what we're doing is, as we train our parasympathetic system, and a lot of the tics or a lot of the all of the techniques and tools that we offer in the programs, we're tapping into the parasympathetic system to really train the nervous system to be able to not react, but to be able to respond. So we don't automatically run. Obviously, we need to differentiate if you really are under danger to be able to run and do so, but we don't have to do that all the time. So that's why I chose this beautiful exercise to breathe in and out through our left nostril, and to be able to tap into our feminine energy that's more suiting. So if you're having a hard time with restless thoughts, or you're trying to go to sleep, you can do this exercise for 3 minutes. It would really help just bring down your energy. So that's very important. So every time that we're doing any exercise that is working the parasympathetic system, is that we're creating new neural pathways, new neurons are being developed in our brain. So what it's doing is rewriting that subconscious, that unconscious mind. So as we practice and it becomes a habit, all of a sudden you're not as reactive. And something that might sound a little bit ironic is that as you increase the parasympathetic system, what you're doing is you're allowing yourself to open up for more pain. And yes, you heard that right. You're allowing yourself to open up to more pain, for more, I don't want to say fear, but more pain, because what we do is we tend to react right away. And what we want to do is be able to take in whatever we're experiencing, whatever it's fear, and be able to just calm down, really assess what's happening. For you on the Zoom call, it looks like we're going to be running out of time. Feel free to jump on my Facebook or my Instagram just to continue. So limiting beliefs and breaking free. Let me start by a story that I have for you. My limiting belief is that I thought I would never be able to break away from the corporate world and become a yoga teacher. I always saw the yoga teachers, and I wanted their life. I wanted to be able to travel and go into retreats. I wanted to be able to tap in with my spirituality. There's always something in me, but I was so framed and boxed, and making the money, being able to hang out in certain places, be able to go to certain networking events and socialize with certain people, especially being in the finance world, and go to all these different events. And not only that, but I worked so hard to get where I was at, to the point where even becoming a yoga teacher full time I saw like it would be maybe a hobby. There was something inside of me that also looked down upon it, because the way we are brought up is that if you're not doing and you're not achieving, you're not really in a certain industry, then you're not being successful, quote unquote, because of what the matrix tells us to do. The biggest lesson that I got out of that is how I had those beliefs because of what society had told me, what school had taught me, what my parents expected of me. And then I really, really realized that it was my whole environment. My whole environment that I had created was based on this limiting beliefs where I had boxed myself um, into being this corporate woman that's in the finance world, and how because of that, I had also, because I wasn't aligned completely, I was in a relationship where I felt that I had to have a boyfriend, and even though we had broken up once, I went back with him, knowing that we had a lot of issues, and deep inside, I knew he wasn't my soul partner. I mean, we had a lot of um, fights. um, and then also being around alcohol so much. Just the friends that I had, which they're great people, but it just wasn't conducive to my new life and my new path. So for me, that was a very, very big awakening. Inside, I was unhappy. I was sick and tired of the same events that I was going to, the same type of lifestyle. I was just done with that. So I'd like for you to really ask yourselves, what are some limiting beliefs that exist within me? How have I been conditioned to build the life that I built for myself? So, just to give you some tips and to help you out, some of the most common ones is people thinking, I'm too old to maybe go back to school. I'm too old to start a project or start a new business. The other one is I'm not smart enough. I'm not smart enough to, whether it is to even like travel by yourself, right? You don't think you're able to do so. I'm not smart enough to start a tech company, whatever it may be, or just start a new project wherever you already feel passion. There are resources out there. People that have built empires, they don't have everything figured out. They figure it out along the way, which goes one on hand with the other one is I'm not educated enough. A lot of the people that are very successful, they're just very creative. They're tapping with their passion. They're like little kids, where you see a little kid, if they want their ball, they're gonna ask you and they're gonna cry for it till you give them their ball and you give them access to it because it's maybe hidden somewhere. And if you don't pay attention to them, they're gonna go to the next person. If a guest comes in, they're gonna ask that guest to get them that ball because they are relentless. They want something, they're gonna go for it. And as we grow up, we're being told you can't do this, you can't do that, you're behaving in a wrong way. So all of a sudden, we're scared and we don't pursue our dreams or our passion as much as we wish we could. One that's very common among women that are looking for partners, and I've seen this and I've heard this, especially with some of my friends, is all men are pigs. Oh, there aren't any good enough men in LA. They're all corrupted. And that's just not true. And as soon as you start thinking that way, you start framing all men, stereotyping them, you're closing yourself off to other opportunities because you're going to find something, even if the man of your dream comes along, that you're going to nitpick on them, that you're not going to like it because in reality you're seeing the reflection of yourself that you're not happy at that moment. Because everything that we experience is just an expression, a perception of ourselves. We're all maybe watching the same physical object, we may be in the same environment, but we're all experiencing it different. We're seeing everything through our lenses. The movie that plays in our minds are very, very different. So think about what stories you're telling yourself. And just briefly want to talk about the paradigm shift awareness. We're running out of time. I want to play a little video. It's really easy to miss something that you're not looking for. That's why having awareness, it's so key and important. If you're not, if you don't know what to look for, unless you really start tapping into yourself, you're not really gonna get those messages. This is, some people are more connected with their souls, and when they meet someone, they know like they need to jump in. And I'm sure a lot of you have had this experiences where everything just feels right. So really think about that. With my paradigm shift awareness, I was just sick and tired of doing the same thing. And what I realized for me is that how much I like being in control. And sometimes we don't realize how much we're trying to control life, control others, or control things to go our way. And for me to just be able to sit back and allowing everything to just be, and realizing that everyone is going through their own spiritual path, their own spiritual awareness, that I'm no better than anyone else. And no one is better than myself either. We idolize sometimes so many other people, um, and we don't realize that the reason why we idolize them, because that also exists within us. So the moment that we see them as par, they come down, they're with you, and it allows for your growth. And that is key. So it's something that we're really going to tap in the 6-week program. So what I really want to talk about is I created the 6-week program. There's more to talk about, so I just wanted to talk about the two lessons quickly. There's so much in there for you, and I'll just talk about quickly, just give you a little preview about the magic in accepting the current state. And a good example that I have is, think that you're in Paris. You're in Paris right now, and you're calling your Uber driver, and you put in your location, and from Paris, maybe you want to go to Lyon, south of France, but the Uber driver is not showing up. He's like, where are you? Where are you? You know, I'm here, and the Uber driver is telling you you're here, and then you're saying, well, you're not here, you're not showing up. Where are you? Well, what happened is, what the Uber driver showed up where you told them you said you were, but you think you're in Paris, but in reality, you're way out in New York, you across the Atlantic Ocean. So you can't get to your destination if you don't know where you are in the moment. We're really gonna tap into tools to experience what is it that you're feeling inside, really diving into those blind spots that we have. That's a beautiful example that I have. So check in my link, 6 Weeks to Freedom. It's a beautiful program, and every week we'll be introducing a different module. It has activities, it has journaling, be ready to do meditation, do breath work, to dance, even do some little bit of sound healing. For the first 3 people that sign up, I am offering 45 minutes of a private session for myself, and depending, after conversing with you, especially if you have something very emotional, heavy that needs to be released, I'm able to do a free Reiki distance healing for you. We can create a program as well for whatever it is that you're going through. Maybe it's healing the heart, or being more in focus, or maybe it's abundance. There's different programs and techniques that are specific for those types of needs. So type on the link. This program, I'm offering it basically for free. It's only $33.33, and in reality, it's more than $200 or even more. But I'm giving this because not only am I launching my business right now, but because of everything that's going on with COVID, and all the fear that's around the world, and really want to help people know that, all that fear is, it's part of those limiting beliefs that we have, and all the truth is within ourselves. And that's why I'm focusing so much on divine femininity, because it's bringing back that mothering, that nurturing side. It all starts with ourselves, to be able to, first off, be more gentle with ourselves, understand us, not be able to react. And from there, we're going to be treating our partners the same way. We're not going to see the world so polarized anymore. That is the goal. So checking the link, definitely you're gonna love the one-on-one session for 45 minutes with me. So let me know what you think. If you have any questions, I'm here for you. If there's anything specific that you'd like me to talk about, I'm all ears. Have a good day. Satnam, everyone.